Hello, everybody. GCurse here. I hope you're having a good day. Uh, I have some free time, so I thought I would bring back the final thoughts on Unsolved Mysteries. But I'm going to just try to use OBS and pause and talk about things as I see fit. I also do my commentary, so that's why you have the little message here. This is just going to be like a test video to see, what people think or how the video looks. Okay, but with that said, uh, let's get let's get rid of that one. Okay. Next we have the copyright disclaimer, and basically, you know what this is. This video is going to contain my commentary and everything, so I should make it transformative. In no way am I trying to steal anything. That's why I'm doing commentary, because I just want to give my thoughts about stuff. Okay, and I apologize by how rough this video is. I've never really been, I'm not a master with OBS, so it's hard to really, look professional. But I guess you don't learn until you start doing things, right? Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, there's that. Okay, what you're about to see is a ghost case. It's from Unsolved Mysteries, of course. It's the St. James Hotel. This is actually one of my most favorite cases, so that's why I picked this one. I want to let everybody know that the video quality is not the greatest. I am sorry, and I will explain why in a second. Let's get started, shall we?
Tomorrow brings a one night each year, which seems to bring out the wide-eyed child in all of us. Halloween. As darkness falls, our imaginations take flight. Houses begin to whisper and creak. Shadows come to life. The sky fills with ghosts and goblins. But in Cimarron, New Mexico, Halloween is an everyday occurrence at the old St. James Hotel, which some say is haunted by the spirits of the Wild West.
Okay. The reason that the video looks as bad as it does is I recorded this using a capture card a long time ago, over 10 years ago. I think it was back in like 2007 or 8. And I actually recorded this off of the PlayStation 3. It was the old fat model. It was the original model of the PlayStation 3. This was back when you could find Unsolved Mysteries all over on YouTube. But for some reason, I had a feeling that something was going to happen, so I just started recording as much of this as I can, or as I could back then, And I was right, because shortly after I started recording all this, Viacom and all the owners of the Unsolved Mysteries name, they got all pissed off about people showing their videos, which I could never understand. To me, you're helping keeping these cases open by putting them out for people to watch. And I just don't understand, if it's an issue about money, they already got paid, I think it's just greed, to be honest. But let's continue with this video, and like I said, I will give my commentary and everything, so when I see stuff.
When I bought the hotel, I didn't believe in ghosts at all. Now, after the convincing evidence of the last 5 years, I'm certain that there are ghosts here.
They are indeed real to me. They are not something that I've made up. They are indeed in this hotel.
The ghosts are here. Are they haunting it? No, I think they're just living here.
There are places where the emotions have been very strong, and it's something like the energy gets captured or caught, and this hotel is certainly one of them.
In its heyday, the St. James Hotel offered good food, attractive dancing girls, and comfortable beds for such wild and woolly guests as Jesse James, Matt Masterson, Annie Oakley, Doc Holliday, and Wyatt Earp. But as the glory days of the Old West faded, the hotel fell into disrepair.
Okay, regarding that song, I can't recall, but I think that song's been played numerous times in other Unsolved Mysteries cases. It always kind of upsets me that the people who own this IP, they will openly use other songs that they never created for their own personal gain. But like I said, you go to YouTube and you just post a video to try. This was before you could even monetize videos easily, so it wasn't like people were getting rich off of these videos. People would post these videos just to try to help get the word out about missing people or people who have died. And the people who own this, that I think their name is Cosgrove and Muir or whatever, they would get all pissed off about it. Okay, let's continue.
In 1985, Ed Sitzberger and his wife Pat purchased the St. James. They planned to bring the old hotel back to life. The Sitzbergers soon discovered that the St. James had a life of its own.
I wanted to see how many leaks were in the old hotel, and so I got my friend to come with me and to go through the hotel with her flashlight. We finished doing all the checking and put out some buckets here and there because we did have some leaks. And then we turned the chandelier off and then went downstairs and out the hotel. And for some reason, I turned back up and looked back up to the second story, and the chandelier was on.
Okay, if it was me, if I knew that I turned the light off, I went outside and it was back on, I probably would have initially thought that somebody was in the building, not a ghost per se, but I would think that somebody was in the building, and I would do an extensive search from the ground up and make sure there was nobody here or there in that building, I don't think haunting, the idea of the building being haunted, would happen until I turned the light off again and it was on again. But that's just me also.
Leave it. We gotta go back in. Sure, I turned this off.
When we got out and had locked the door, I looked back up again, and the light was again on. So we went through the hotel again and turned the chandelier off and came back down the stairs and out again, locked the door, looked back up, and it was on. The last time we went up, we went down the hall, and I turned back to John and I said, well, the former owners had told us about some things that had happened previously in the hotel. Let me just try something. And so before I turned the chandelier off this time, I said, I don't know who you are or why you're here, but I'm tired and I really don't want to play tonight. I'm glad you're here, but could we please play another day? And at that point, I pulled the cord on the chandelier and heard it click, and we turned around and went back down the stairs till I looked up, and indeed the light had stayed off.
Right.
First, I thought maybe it was an electrical problem because it's an old hotel, but after doing it 3 or 4 times, it couldn't have been. And I could hear it shut off, and the 3 times that I shut off, the click of the switch, and so there was no reason for it coming back on.
And I'm not sure it would take 3 or 4 times for me to think that the building is haunting, maybe 1 or 2 at the most. But yeah, I'm definitely open to the idea that there's ghosts, but I need to be convinced a little bit about it. So like I said, that light constantly turning on, that would have been a good idea that the place is haunted.
According to the Sitzbergers, the hotel is haunted top to bottom. Guests in room 17 have reported a persistent, eerie tapping noise whenever the window is open.
Okay, that would have drove me nuts. I'd be like, shut that shit off, man. Try to get some sleep. Quit knocking on the window.
In the kitchen, the cook has witnessed several bizarre occurrences.
Okay, regarding this, I honestly feel the same way, if I was the cook, if I saw that, number one, I'd think, oh shit, I'm either too high off my own supply, or I'd also be thinking, well, I'm seeing ghosts, this place is possibly haunted, I'm going to ask for a raise. Next.
And in May of 1988, Charlie Varela, a local high school student, was cleaning the bar at 5 a.m. Charlie thought he was alone.
It was kind of dark in there, and I was going to the back to get some liners for the trash. And I was going back there. I just glanced over to the bar.
Okay, now this is what really made me remember this case for over 20 plus years. Because I remember watching this back when I was really young. I was laying on the floor in the house that me and my mom lived in when this was on TV. And this is what makes me remember this case the most. I apologize for the video. Like I said, the video is not the greatest. So what I'll do is after they showed the face of this person, I'm going to go to the Unsolved Mysteries Wikia. And I hope that'll show on OBS because I'm still tinkering with it. And I'll show you a picture of what the boy looked like. Now let's continue.
And I seen a little boy sitting on the bar and spinning the glass. You can hear it on the table. Spinning and just perfectly spinning. At first, I thought it was a little boy from, upstairs, and he was just down messing around, I was going to tell him, excuse me, you're not supposed to be in here. But when I went to make the move to tell him, he turned around.
Okay, now, like I said, I know you couldn't really see anything, so let's go to, St. James Hotel. Okay, I already actually had it loaded up. I hope that the shows, let me get an idea, see what it shows. Okay, good, it looks like it's going to show. This is a rough idea of what the face looked like. As you can see, the boy was like disfigured, looked like he was burned. Seeing this on old TV back in the late 80s, I think it was, this shit scared the living hell out of me. Okay, let's go back to the video now.
His face was hideous, and he just jumped off.
Okay, and I'll be honest, if I was in that guy's shoes and I saw that person jump off the bar, I would honestly think that he was going to start running after me. So, of course, I would run like shit also.
It scared me. And
Get me the fuck out of here.
I quit that morning. I just don't see that. It scared me. And I didn't want to work here anymore.
Dr. Kenneth Wright, a surgeon and amateur ghost hunter, heard about the spirits at the St. James and came to investigate.
Let's go inside.
When Dr. Wright asked me to go into room 18, I was a little skeptical because I had been in there many times before and had felt the chilliness and the negativeness in there. The room was cold, and when I looked up in the upper left-hand corner, there was a whirling that was going on in the corner. You couldn't see the corner of the room.
Okay, this always kind of also got my attention. What would you honestly do if you opened up a door and you went into a room and you saw this fucking... number one, the room was ice cold. Let's say that room was ice cold. You look up and you see this fucking glowing ball just kind of spinning in the corner next to the ceiling. What would you honestly do? I like to try to say that I'm a tough guy, but I'm not. I think it's more just for say. I'm actually a pretty nice guy. But if I saw, oh God, a whirling ball of death, I think I would have turned around and said, you know what, I don't need this job. And I'd probably have left.
It was like a white swirl.
There was this anger and hatred, and instantly I was filled with terror. I was gasping for breath because I had not expected it, did not encounter it. I've never been that terrified in my life. And as this was happening to me, I heard Pat saying,
You can go. You're free to go. You can go. I couldn't believe what was happening to me. I don't know what this swirling presence was. It was negative. It was cold. It felt like it was from the past. It didn't want me there. That was very obvious.
he was angry at her because it was his place, and she was telling him that he was free to leave. And he was telling her, you don't tell me I am free. This is, you will leave.
I gotta admit, I like that old man. There's something about him that just endears him to me. He's like, no, you will leave. Like, yeah, but like, if I saw, like I said, if I saw a glowing ball of death, yeah, you wouldn't have to ask me to leave. I'd be gone. I would be gone.
Next, Ed Sitzberger contacted Jackie Littlejohn, a psychic from Albuquerque. Jackie claims to be able to communicate with the spirit world.
I was able to sense physical violence, a gunshot. It was so strong, I stepped backwards. I could see and feel and smell, and, the evidence of violence was so intense.
During her tour of the hotel, Jackie claims she had a vision of a deadly poker game.
The poker game had been going on for a long time, and it was a feeling that either the hotel was a stake or a very large herd.
According to Jackie, one of the card players was a man whose ghost now inhabits room 18.
He died of explosions. Very slow, very painful, very dreadful, desperate. Desperate man, very fearful.
Jackie says a
now, I always wondered, like, now, we don't know anything about the guy who died. He may have been a good guy, he may have been a bad guy. But I'm wondering, like, if you're a bad guy, like, does it make you, like, a spinning ball of death, as a ghost, like, if you're a good person, you would move on, of course, if you believe in that, where your ghost will be visible, but I mean, like, the more and more evil you are, does that corrupt what people would see you, as a ghost? And like this guy, he could have been so bad he ended up becoming like a floating ball of death that emanates cold in that one room, It's just a thought,
That man's name was T.J. Wright, and that he probably won the hotel in the poker game just before he was killed.
We wanted to look back in the records and corroborate the story, so we went back and looked at the hotel register in 1881 and found T.J. Wright registered 3 different days in 1881. It just is reasonable to me that he believes he owns the hotel still and wants to maintain possession, or at least live here.
If the ghosts are giving you no problems, I say let them stay there, Like, if the ghosts are not literally harming you or making you sick, like in that, oh god, what's that one case on Unsolved Mysteries? Where, it's down in Texas, I think it was, where there was this development of property, and it turned out that the development was like on a cemetery, and the ghosts were actually responsible for killing one of the family members towards the end. I can't recall what it was. Maybe it's Black Hope, the Black Hope curse? Anyway, if the ghosts are peaceful and everything, let them stay. But if they're like the Black Hope curse, where they're killing people, then yeah, they need to go.
Ed Sitzberger keeps the old registry locked in a glass case, and he is certain that Jackie Littlejohn never had access to it. There is, of course, no way to prove that the ghost of T.J. Wright is now haunting room 18. But Ed Sitzberger is not taking any chances.
There's no construction activity in that room or renovation work that's going to be done. That's his room as far as I'm concerned as a permanent resident, for as long as I have the hotel.
Is it truly possible that the St. James Hotel is haunted by the spirits of the Old West? The first-hand accounts you've just heard are definitely difficult to believe. But if you can offer a...
Okay, and that is it. Like I said, I'm sorry. It's just that's when the capture card stopped recording for some reason. But this is just, like I said, this is just a test video. See what, get initial opinions of what people think. If they would like to see more of, these kind of commentary videos. I know that people would rather just say, oh, your commentary sucks, just play the videos. And the thing is, you can't really do that on YouTube because of the copyright issues. So, it's kind of, bogus like that. I know it sucks. But what I am doing is also, I am uploading on a very limited basis cases to my Facebook page. And it's from Amazon. So I will post the link to my Unsolved Mysteries, basically Unsolved Mysteries fan page in the description of this video. And if this video gets copyrighted, I'll just post it at Facebook. And I'll make another video saying that you can see this video on Facebook. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a poll every week where I will try to, there'll be 3 choices for the next video, and you will get to vote. And I will do a commentary on that video, give you my thoughts and everything. I wanted to be this first video to be fun and easygoing, and like I said, you'll be able to vote on the next video, and the video that gets the most votes, or the case that gets the most votes, I will do a commentary on that. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later. Peace.